Hello everyone and welcome to the 2016 Thunderbay Aviation NFL Fantasy Football Draft Order Reveal. Sponsored by Garnier Fructis Fortifying Shampoo, the only shampoo that guarantees luscious shine for up to 24 hours. My name is Zach Pietrovich, I'm the commissioner of the league, and I'm privileged to manage a league with such fine owners. And Bob. Before I begin, I'd like to take a brief moment to discuss some finer details about the league. The entry fee is $20, but if you prefer not to pay cash, a license would be a suitable replacement. The prize breakdown is $180 going to first place, and second place getting their money back. The draft date is Wednesday, September 7th, this Wednesday coming up, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And although there is an auto pick option available, it is preferred that everyone shows up to the draft and picks their own team. The league format is such that each week, each owner will play a different team, and the winner of that game, whoever scores the most points that week, gets the win. And that win contributes to that owner's overall win-loss record. And the top 6 teams after week 13 of the NFL season will make the fantasy playoffs, wherein the top 2 teams get a bye. The draft format is a snake draft, wherein the team that picks 10th or last in the first round will pick first in the second round. And the team that picks first in the first round will pick last in the second round. And with that in mind, it's time to determine the draft order. With my lovely assistant Bob Smith here to make sure this is authentic, it is time to determine the draft order. So, in these envelopes that randomly have been placed the 10 team names, the owners, and in here, 10 ping pong balls with numbers corresponding to the envelopes. And Bob, would you pick the first ping pong ball for the 10th pick in the 2016 Thunderbay Aviation NFL Draft?
Number 10.
Oh, that's fitting. Thank you. So picking 10 in this year's draft is Old England Pastry Nuts. Who could that be? He gets to pick 11th as well, so it's not the end of the world.
I would just sit down.
Number 9, picking 9th in this year's draft is
Envelope number 5.
envelope number 5. Balls. Nick. Pick number 8 in the draft will be envelope number.
I don't know if it's a 9 or a 6. You tell me.
Pick number 9. I didn't think that one through.
Oh, actually, your 6 looks like a 6.
Okay, it's a 6. No chance. John Rowe. Good pick, John.
Number 2.
Number 7 in the draft is going to be envelope number 2. Hoof-hearted owner Frank. Good luck, Frank. Number 7. And number 6 is now
Number 3.
envelope number 3. I like ice cream. Owner Pang. Alright, so we're on to the top 5. And picking 5th in this year's draft is envelope number
8.
8. Oh, me, Petrovich's powerhouse. Alright, so number 5, there's no collusion going on here. Number 4.
Envelope number 1.
Did I miss a number because we have 4 envelopes left?
No, you're right.
Owner, Bob, picking number 4th. You don't have a clue. Alright. So we're into the top 3. So we're going to do 3 and then we're going to do 1. Build the suspense. So 3 is going to be
Envelope number 6.
envelope number 6. Owner, Sam, Jaeger Bombers. Alright. Good job, Sam. Now, for the number 1 pick in the inaugural draft, who's it going to be?
Number 4.
Number 4. It is Nick Kozelko getting the first overall pick.
So
Well, that's good.
Darren?
And that means that with the second overall pick,
It should be DG.
It's John again. Trying to stack the odds for John. Alright, Darren gets the second overall pick. Alright, so everything will be posted online at the draft order. And yeah, good luck to everyone.
How do you talk about stuff?
Okay, I can throw in some extra stuff at the end here. And if you're well versed in the fantasy draft and the fantasy etiquette, you can turn off the video now. But this next bit's for a lot of the guys that haven't really done fantasy before. But just in general, the first thing is the waiver wire. So a lot of you guys were wondering how much work is going to be you're going to have to do in between weeks. And one thing that is available to you is the waiver wires. So throughout the year, there's a lot of guys that come out of nowhere and there's injuries, and you can pick up the backup running backs. So if you're in last place in the league, you get first pick at picking up the guys throughout the week. So after the fantasy season, after the fantasy week resets, which is usually on Wednesdays, you'll get you can put in a bid to pick up the player. And if you're the last place in the league, you get first pick. And if you're first place in the league, you get last pick at these guys. So it helps really even things out. It's something that can really help you even the tide throughout the year.
I have a question.
Bob's got a question. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you figure out who's in first and who's in last after week 1? Is it total points?
It'll be total points, and
You have to
it'll.
lose. You have to lose your head-to-head.
You have to lose your head-to-head.
The least points for.
Right. So if you lose and you score 120 points,
That's not good.
that's really good. On average, 94 points is what you're aiming for to win. On average, they say that is the number that'll get you into the playoffs a week. So if you score 120 and lose, you still got a good team, and you're probably going to pick, you're not going to be the last
You're
place.
probably going to be fifth.
Yeah, fifth or, yeah, you'll probably be the top loser. And sometimes you'll play a week and you'll score 130 and you'll lose. And some weeks you'll score 60 and you'll win just based on your opponent and how their team does in the week. Trades are a very big part of fantasy football, and a lot of you guys are worried about, some people taking advantage of people, but you don't have to worry about that because each trade is vetoable. So you'll get an email alert saying, this trade has been requested, and if it's unfair, you can vote against it, and if the majority of people vote against it, then it will get denied. And if only a few people vote on it, say if only 4 people vote on it, if the majority of those people that have voted against it or vote against it, then it will be denied. Bye weeks, you gotta.
What about a tie vote?
Tie vote. The trade goes through. Actually, it's a good question, Bob. It's kind of like a screw you kind of a thing. So, bye weeks. You don't really want to draft all your players that have the same bye week, because when that bye week comes along and you don't have anyone, you might as well throw out the week. But it's also not a bad strategy either if you did want to draft everyone and just throw the week anyway, because then you know you'll be good for the next 13, 12 weeks. Some general draft tips: you don't want to draft a quarterback in the first 2.5 rounds. It's so valuable to get those receivers and running backs that, there's so many injuries happen in those positions. The quarterbacks tend to be, you can pick up a guy that will score you 20 points. You don't even have to draft one in general. You don't even have to draft a quarterback. Usually I just draft one in the 15th round. Or if one of the top quarterbacks drops me in the 5th or 6th round, I might take it. But yeah, drafting a lot of running backs and receivers is usually the good strategy. And you don't want to draft a lot of guys that have a big injury history. And if you don't know what their injury history is, there's usually a blurb right beside the player that'll
How are you?
tell you about the injury history of that player. And that's everything that I wanted to say. Good luck to everyone. I hope to see you all in the draft lobby on 8:30 on Wednesday. Take care.